holding here. Okay, so what's up guys? I haven't done a video like this in a minute. I am currently in my new shop, which I will go over a little bit later in these videos. And yeah, this is mainly going to be my new drone table that was a leftover table here in the shop. It's nice and big and everything, and that is where you guys are mainly probably going to see most of these videos. But that is not what we are here to talk about. Today we are talking about this guy right here. This is the 3-inch CINERAT from ETHiX that we've pretty much made it for cinematography, but it is also a good little 3-inch to rip on. And I wanted to go over some of the things with you guys about what I'm using inside of this for gear and everything. And right now is a perfect time because I'm going on a shoot in a week and I need to set up a new full-size 6-inch rig, which I don't have all the parts for currently, and I think I have a couple here and there, but they're probably in some boxes. I don't know where everything's at. I'm still trying to adjust to the move, but let's dive into this and I'll let you guys basically see what I'm using and why we went this route with everything. Alright, so let's get into the setup of this frame. Now keep in mind this is a prototype version of this. It isn't production, but the only thing that's really different is the top plate. I just changed up some of the slots. So everything else you see that is in here will be exactly the same. You also do get a nicer like battery pad. This is just a little foam one I had on here. You get one that fits the frame nicely. I am running just a 10-degree 3D printed mount with some UMA grip light, which is basically just the little sticky stuff to hold on my GoPro, and a GoPro Hero strap on the top, and that's one of our ETHiX GoPro ones. It's basically standard stuff over there. Now when you go into the inside of this frame, you will see that I am running a full-size ESC setup. This is the KISS 4-in-1 ESC, and I do run it with the KISS V2. Now I kind of took everything out because I am salvaging this stuff, but I ran a KISS V2 in here with the Crossfire, I believe that's Nano, and I kind of just tucked it into this front section over here with some double-sided stick tape, and I ran the Immortal L under the boards coming off the back, and it looks something like that. Now you can run an Immortal T up front. That's what this slot's for. You could put some zip ties in here and you can run an Immortal T. If you want to get crazy, you could put the Diversity in there and you could run the Immortal L off the back with the Diversity setup and the Immortal T up front. You have a couple different options to play with. It also has the 20x20 mounts on the bottom you see here, so you don't have to run the full-size board setup, and you can run the split cameras if you want to go that route also. There's the holes here for that. I don't have any particular reason why I'm running the CATX Ratel. It's a good camera and it's a micro one, and the micro ones are what fit in here, but you could use a camera of your choice, but that's just what I had on hand when I was building this, and it's protected by this 3D printed bumper up front. Now going into the motors, now the main thing, this is a big portion of why we even made this 3-inch, was we would always use the ducted quads, and those are fine. I get it for thrust and everything, it's pretty good to lift a full-size camera, but I never really liked how it kind of flies and everything, and it also makes it a lot bigger because of the ducts that are on there. So we did go the route of making some 6S motors. Now why 6S? Because 6S is going to give you a lot more power and thrust to lift up those cameras, and you don't need to have the ducts. So this is the ETHiX Flat Rat motor. This is a 1507-2800 motor. This is essentially these motors here. They're just black, and these are just how it looks in the production version with the cool little Flat Rat guy over there. If you listen to the Team Failsafe podcast, you would know what this is all about. But yeah, our main thing was to lift a full-size GoPro up in the air, not have to have ducts or anything, and this is what we came up with. You could fit into a lot of different proximity little spaces with this, and we do have optional prop guards that you could put on here if you need to have any sort of protection. Now for video and everything going through here, I do use the TBS Unify Evo. I'm running the KISS setup, so I don't have OSD. If you run Betaflight or something, you have like options of running a OSD through there. The Unify Evo basically just clicks off everything that I need for running OSD, having crossfire readouts, all that stuff. I do run it with the Triumph Pro little lollipop antenna that they came out with, and I just attach it to the top plate like a regular, like, you know, 5 or 6 inch like full-size setup. So that's what I run for my VTX, and I kind of just tuck everything in here and it works quite well. But you could run whatever, you know, you have option, VTX, whatever it is that you have available. But yeah, board setup the same. We got power, and we have like everything for the ESCs running to the board, and I run a 1000 milliamp 6S battery, and that is basically it. Alright, so that basically finishes up the whole overview and everything of how I set up the ETHiX CINERAT 3-inch frame there, and hopefully it answered most of the questions that you guys had on the setup as well. Now, for the other 3D printed parts and things you guys might see if you go online and look it up, I do understand that the guards are a little bit on the expensive side. We did have an issue, I guess, finding a cheaper way to print them. We wanted to go molded, but we all know that's really expensive. But yeah, the actual, I guess, print of that is an expensive process to do because of the amount of time it takes. I don't really know much about that stuff, but I do know that we teamed up with Brain 3D. You could go to his website and find really high quality, just printed parts of everything. Everything he does is like super high quality. Don't know how he prints them that way. TBS has the full set as well, and I believe Get FPV and a couple other dealers got everything as well. So you can check out any of those spots, get everything, go on Thingiverse, download the files, print them yourself. The frame's not that expensive. It's a pretty good little setup that in this version, hopefully it kind of just tightened up some of the things we were missing in a little 3-inch frame that we wanted to especially do a lot of these little cinematic shoots and things where we needed to utilize a smaller proximity flying frame. But yeah, and for the shop, I'll get to some of those videos once I have it set up a little bit more. I know some of you guys like seeing that stuff, but yeah, like, subscribe, do all the things. I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.